Harley, put us out of our misery.
Absynth is the absinthe of the asshole
Yes.
of the movie.
Absinthe is the asshole of this.
Rick and Stan are gonna take one for the team.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm Rick,
And I'm Stan.
and we're going to take one for the team.
Yes, we are. We got a jam-packed, action-packed show for you. Probably more action than the actual movie.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah.
Way more. So we're going to play a bunch of clips, and we're going to probably give you the amount of Frank Stallone that is actually in this movie.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So tonight, our friends at ABC,
Not the network.
Yeah.
The drink store.
the drink store, Amarulla, and the whole thing with this one is it's got a really crazy backstory.
Yeah, because we don't usually drink. I was going to say drink cream liqueurs, but my brain's working so fast, folks.
Yeah. So when they told us the story of this, we were like, "Well, yeah, we got to fucking try this, right?"
Yeah, what is the story, Rick?
So basically, the marula fruit is in Africa, and it falls from the tree, and these animals eat it, and it makes them drunk as fuck.
Well, it falls from the tree and it sits there and it rots.
Yeah, so it ferments inside of the shell, and then they eat it, and so they're all fucking hammered.
And these animals are such alcoholics that they know that it takes a little while for these things to ferment. So they don't just outright eat them. They sit there and they wait for them to get rotten, they eat them, and they get fucking drunk. And the thing is, these dudes that make this drink have to go out there and battle drunk animals just to make this drink.
Some fucking elephant is like, I'm gonna eat your crop. And, and this guy's like with a broom or a stick, and he's like trying to hit the elephant to keep him away from this fruit.
Battling drunk elephants sounds like every last call I've ever been through. You know, you got to battle the drunk elephants to get to the sweet, sweet fruit. You know?
So we're gonna try.
Let's give it a shot.
So we're gonna try this just over ice. So we got the chocolate, right? That's what we got?
We're assuming it's over ice. We don't know how this stuff is actually drank. We don't know what this fruit tastes like. We don't know anything about this drink. It looks like Bailey's.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what it looks
expecting
like.
a Bailey's vibe. Maybe elephants are just like Bailey connoisseurs. They love the Baileys. This is the next best thing is the fruit on that tree. So Prost.
Nostrovia. It's really chocolatey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't taste rotten fruit at all.
No.
Kind of disappointed. I was hoping to get a big old mouthful of rotten fruit.
There's a
Just
tang.
like last call at the bar.
There's a little bit of a tang to it that Bailey's doesn't have.
There's a little bit of tang at last call at the bar. Oh, I'm dripping it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The first thing that I notice about this is this is definitely not going to get us hammered.
it's good though.
It's very good.
It's good. But
I think it's better than Bailey's. And I fucking love Bailey's.
the problem I have with these liquors is you can drink a whole bottle before you get a good buzz, and you feel like you just ate a whole Thanksgiving feast because you're just full and bloated. And but I mean, if you're an elephant, you can handle a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
So but this is definitely not going to do the trick. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
We thought this might be an issue.
That will do the trick.
Harley, see if you can find Mephisto.
Absinthe, folks. So this thing will definitely fist you.
This will get
This
you
will
there.
fist you.
Now, don't get me wrong. Our review is on the Amarulla. So that's what we're reviewing. It is fucking good.
Yeah.
It definitely, like, if you like Bailey's, this is better than Bailey's.
Right. Fun fact about absinthe, because I've had absinthe before. You know, there's a rumor that if you drink a bunch of absinthe, you start hallucinating. You see little green gremlins flying around. It's not really because of the wormwood. It's because there's a shit ton of alcohol in here.
Yeah.
So basically, if you drank 7 12-packs of Bud Ice, you're probably going to see that same little green demon flying around. This one will just get you there faster.
Yeah, so in comparison,
It's like flying Spirit versus flying in a fighter jet. The fighter jet's going to get you there faster. This is the fighter jet.
so this is 17%.
Yeah.
And then what is the absinthe?
65%. That means there's only 35% of stuff that isn't alcohol in this. All right, so
We got shot glasses for that?
yeah, these are from last week, so they're probably nice and sticky. You'll get a little bit more flavor from whatever we drank last week.
Vodka.
Was it? Yeah, it was vodka. What did we drink for Samurai Cop?
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb. It was gin.
Gin, you're
Yeah,
right. It was
so go
gin.
ahead and pour that in there. Now,
That shit was so fucking good. We went and bought another bottle just to have.
well, here's the thing. We were expecting this thing to be pretty good, and we loved the story. So, Amarulla, we're going to do something special for you tonight. We
Yeah.
whipped together our own little commercial for you, featuring a bunch of drunk animals. So, whenever we have that, Harley, let's go ahead and roll it. You're welcome, Amarulla. So, Rick took a shot during that whole thing, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? He didn't actually take the shot. He threw it over his shoulder, so I'm making him take another one to get his reaction. So, here it is, Mephisto. Mephisto? Is it Fisto or Fisto? Tonight it's Fisto.
Oh, yeah.
That's like what every drunk boyfriend tells her girlfriend in bed, like, tonight it's Fisto. So, let's do it. Oh, we're not rating this tonight, folks. If we were, fuck that shit.
Oh.
I
I need some of my fucking...
I've had absinthe, like I said before, but usually when I had it, it was with water, and they would kind of do like this fake heroin thing where they'd burn up a sugar cube and drop it in there. So I felt like for that one night, I was like, I feel like a drug dealer or a drug user. Didn't feel like a drug dealer.
I wonder, like, if you mix this...
No,
No?
maybe with Jaeger. You'd just be a stronger Jaeger. Because it's not even, it's barely sweet. It tastes like NyQuil. If you
Without-
really, really want to get rid of that fucking head cold you got. Like, this will kick the shit out of that head cold.
Oh.
But anyways, we're not rating this. Amarulla,
You
pretty
definitely... Yeah, it's fucking good. Amarulla.
not as good as our music video, but it's good. Yeah, pour me another one. We're gonna roll a trailer for you here in a little bit, but I could not find a really good trailer for Terror in Beverly Hills, so I found a really shitty one, and I cut about 6 minutes off of it.
It was fucking long.
It was long, longer than Frank Stallone's career. That's for sure. Look at that. They got a picture of him just to look just enough like Sly Stone, because his chin is definitely not that ass shaped.
Yeah, yeah. It's not that defined.
No. Yeah. So we're gonna roll this trailer. We're gonna dive right in this movie.
But I will say, there's helicopters.
There's helicopters. Not that one, but there's helicopters, and we're gonna talk about the helicopters.
That
Don't
was
get me
what I
wrong.
was worried about. Remember when we talked, like, when we showed this movie, we were like, hey, I hope there's fucking helicopters.
It's not like Clownado, where the poster's complete bullshit.
Except for that chin. Because his chin
Mm-hmm.
does not look like that. It's like they fucking photoshopped.
There's the guy down at the bottom that was hanging off the helicopter. We're gonna talk about him too, because it's not Frank Stallone. They psych you out.
They make you think it will.
Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the trailer.
Frank Stallone in Terror in Beverly Hills. From the turmoil of the Middle East to the streets of Beverly Hills comes a violent wave of terrorism causing death and destruction to everything in its path. Their next target, the president's daughter. And only one man has the skill and the daring to confront the terrorist leader. Frank Stallone in Terror in Beverly Hills.
I'm telling you, that trailer starts exactly the same and ends exactly the same. There was like 6 minutes. There's boobs in that one. We had to cut those out.
Yeah, we had
too.
to cut those out.
But I said, why stop at the boobs? Why not cut out the rest of the bullshit that's in there? and we did. So That trailer reminds me a lot of the movie. It
Yeah.
takes a long time for them to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, so when it opens up, the guy, we're not going to go scene by scene here, but I'm going to, because that's what the movie does. The guy basically shows what happens, like, through his whole fucking day. He's like, I'm going to go to the market and go grab some lunch, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to go talk to this guy.
It's pretty much a how to not travel.
Yeah.
Because the 80s were, this is all pre 9/11, so I didn't realize the 80s were as open with some of the things that these guys do while they're traveling. The dude calls the stewardess an infidel.
Yeah, he's straight up.
And
like,
she goes, okay.
yeah, like she has no issue whatsoever with the fact that some guy just called her an infidel.
She just moves on, gives some kid an RC Cola in front of him, and that was her day. Nothing happens from when they get on, the guys getting on the airplane until when they land, but they make it seem like everything is happening. And we'll show you what. We'll show you a clip, and this is going to tell you exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, that music makes it sound like he's making like a bomb in that bathroom.
I straight up, I was like, I looked at Stan when the first time we watched this, I was like, is that dude gonna put a bomb on this plane?
Oh, he's the only bomb he's making is from his butt.
Yeah, because there was no bomb.
No, he comes out and sits back in his seat, and then we go through security with them. We go through them getting their luggage. We go for them waiting for their vehicle. They get in the vehicle.
Their passport. He even goes through like the passport getting stamped.
This took up about 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and also we have not seen Frank Stallone at this point.
No.
So 20 minutes in so far, no Frank Stallone.
I forgot Frank Stallone was even in the movie.
I thought this was a PSA on how not to travel from.
Yeah, don't call stewardesses infidels. You might be able to get away with it on Spirit, but not on any other airline, all right? Because not a good idea. In the 80s,
American
sure.
is not going to let that happen.
And then some lady calls him a dirty Muslim.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So, oh, the 80s. But anyways, Frank Stallone was not in this movie very long. And when he was getting ready to be in the movie and to get that like pumped up moment, we're like, yeah, let's do it. Well, let's roll that clip.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
All right. We're back. So we were like, okay, no, just so you guys know, like, this is like an hour into the movie.
Yeah. I was excited.
We're seeing the guy flying on the helicopter. It's fucking superhero time. We've only seen Frank Stallone for about
Right, and
30
here's-
seconds or a minute at this so far in this movie until then.
In the clip, we see that he's best friends with this terrorist guy, and he's reminiscing over it with a picture that he has in his dojo. Like, he's like fond of these memories. He's like,
Yeah.
Apparently, Frank Stallone got this guy's family killed, and now the guy wants to kill Frank Stallone, but he still hangs a picture of him up in his dojo.
Yeah.
If my mom wanted to murder me, I'm cropping her out of all my Facebook pictures. It's just gonna happen.
So what ends up happening is they arrest this guy, and the terrorist wants to kill him because he used to be a good guy. And then Frank Stallone says, no, we need to arrest him. Well, the guy escapes from prison, and he kills the terrorist family, and then the guy becomes a terrorist because of that.
Yeah, you didn't even really need to know all that.
Yeah.
It's
It
that
doesn't
dumb.
matter. Yeah, and like it doesn't affect this movie until like the last 30 seconds of the movie.
Right. So the point of that clip was, we're all like hyped up because here comes
Yeah.
Frank Stallone.
I mean, who else comes in hanging from a helicopter?
This
with
is like
one
his
hand?
debut too, isn't it? This is like his action debut. Like
Yeah,
other than that, he was
coming
doing
in.
like just like Cinemax porn. But then now he's getting called up to the big leagues. He's going from the D leagues to the big leagues.
Oh, yeah.
the D leagues.
The D leagues.
So we're like, finally, Frank Stallone's gonna fuck shit up. Well, this is what happens next. I thought Frank Stallone was dead.
I was like, man, they just really wanted that Stallone name because he
And
died
I feel
fast.
like that was Frank Stallone. And then we realized it wasn't. It was just some random dude. They did this whole fanfare for this random guy to fly in there and get shot by this guy who's in bed, and those bullets magically went underneath the window and out.
Yeah, because the window didn't break. The window didn't break.
So that was like just one of the awesome helicopter clips in this movie. Because the helicopter kind of played a very big, confusing role in this movie. Everybody was exiting and entering in a helicopter.
Yeah, so, like, what ends up happening is Frank Stallone's family gets kidnapped by the terrorists so that he won't help. Mm-hmm. So they go, we need to send a decoy to go save Frank Stallone's family so he can stay here and fight the terrorists.
The decoy is two dudes.
Yeah.
None of them, they're both like in their, one's probably in his 60s, the other one's in his 70s.
Yeah.
So these are either really stupid terrorists or really stupid cops for coming up with this stupid idea.
Yeah, so one of the guys is like, so Frank Stallone's like, I don't know, 5'6", 5'7", and the guy that they send as a decoy is like 6'2", and a giant black dude.
Yeah. They didn't look at the window and go, hey, look, it's Frank.
And so the thing about this that really killed me was the cops that they sent there to go save Frank Stallone's family. They should have just kept them there because like they were efficient killers.
Yeah.
Like, they were like on point cops.
And we're going to show you how efficient of killers they are in a little bit. But there's one cop in particular that I loved in this movie. He was the old crusty captain of the police force.
Oh,
and
yeah.
All this dude was concerned with was his freaking pension.
Like in the 90s, you always had the cop going, I'm too close to retirement for this, or that kind of.
Everything inconveniences those old cops where they can't retire because some girl gets kidnapped. And by the way, it's the president's daughter that gets kidnapped. We didn't go over that.
Yeah.
But we're going to show you a scene where she gets kidnapped because it's important. There's a reason we're going to show you this scene.
Very, very important to understand this movie.
Right.
All right. So, do we have the pension clip?
Well, it's not just a clip. It's a little medley of every single time this guy mentions a pension or the pension is mentioned at all. So if we have that clip, go ahead and roll it.
Damn it, Lenny. I know I'm going to lose my pension. I knew something like this would happen. And do away with our way of justice and my friggin' pension. Thank God I got a pension coming up. Get a glimpse of your pension. Now you need the damn glasses to read it, huh?
If the chief finds out the captain deserted his post to rescue your family, chief will throw him off the force. Goodbye, pension.
So everybody on the force knows about his pension.
Yeah. Yeah. He tells everyone that will listen.
And if you saw in that last clip, old Frank Stallone, Hackstone, I'm sorry, that's his name, Hackstone. Hackstone sounds like something you do in a Russian gulag.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Why you stop hacking stone? Hackstone.
I understand, like, 80s and 90s, like, the guys had, like, those, like, tough guy names, but Hackstone.
That was the worst name.
That's lazy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then he was, like, a karate hero. Like,
Yeah.
he owned a dojo in this movie, and...
Reminisced about the guy who wants to murder him.
Yeah. And then he's got a wife and kid, and his kid's, like, wants to be a fucking karate guy, too, and his wife's like, you're the best out there. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking
His
80s.
son's name is Kidney Stone. Just so you know. I don't think that's true, but it should be. What's his wife's name? Get stoned? Get stoned? I don't know. Birthstone? She looks like a birthstone. But anyways, where were we? This absinthe is hitting me hard, folks. One shot of absinthe, you can drink that whole bottle and not get the buzz that one shot of absinthe. Oh, I was going to talk about the rope.
Oh, yeah, the fucking blue rope.
So if you notice, the guy had a rope. Frank Stallone, Hackstone, had a rope around his...
Yeah, I mean,
torso.
it was every fucking montage, like
They
the
put-
80s, where they put, like, a whole bunch of shit and knives and guns and
They put
fucking
so
rope.
much emphasis on this rope,
Yeah.
and he doesn't even fucking use
He
it.
drops it.
And we even said it as we're watching, like, I bet you this dude's not even going to use a rope. He doesn't own a leather jacket either, but in the poster he's wearing a leather jacket.
Yeah.
But,
They
Yeah.
so bad wanted Sylvester Stallone to be in this movie.
and the next best thing was Frank Stallone, but Frank Stallone was obviously still kind of pricey, so they're like, what if we only put you in the movie for 15 minutes? We'll throw you on the poster. Everybody else do the work. You just show up and save the day.
Like, you see the fucking helicopter scene? That is not even Frank Stallone. That's some other fucking guy.
That's the guy. I can't do this. That's the guy that gets shot in the window.
Yeah.
That we are convinced that is Frank Stallone. So I was like, holy shit, he's dead already?
Yeah.
I was happy. I was like, cool, we can turn the movie off.
Yeah, this movie was kind of lame, but
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't so much that it was. You know what? We'll come back to that. The thing that got me with this movie, and this is all 80s and 90s movies, was the racism.
Well, it wasn't that bad, but there was.
Definitely not as bad, but it was there.
So we'll lead into this clip because we usually do our racism clip of the movie. There's a guy. He's in a bar and he's talking about how he's stealing watches.
Yeah.
He's an African American gentleman, and that's it. That's the only scene you see from this guy until the scene we're about to show you. Now, the guy that makes the arrest in this scene
He's
is
supposed to be the hero of the movie.
well. He's there. Well, he gets shotgunned to the head.
Yeah, like, so,
He's a paramedic. They ask for a doctor. They send in a fake paramedic.
which is a cop.
Yeah, he tells them what's wrong with the guy, and they go, okay, cool, let's kill him." Oh, he had a wire on him or some shit.
Yeah. So, like, my thoughts are that they wanted Sylvester Stallone for this movie.
You said that 3 times.
Yes. But then, when they couldn't get him, we talked about this, they got his brother for 15 minutes. But I think that the cop was supposed to be Sylvester Stallone and at the end. I
Yeah.
think he was supposed to be the whole part. But then when they couldn't get him, they were like, let's make this cop some other guy. And then Frank Stallone comes in and saves the day, and we'll just kill that fucking cop off.
There's a lot of budget writing,
Yeah.
and it was bad.
God, it's pretty shitty. But
Back to the guy that was supposed to be the main character. So he's on a stakeout watching. His whole job was to stay outside of this Rodeo Drive shop to make sure nothing happens to the president's daughter.
Yeah.
He's not there to arrest anybody else. He's there to watch it. So he's there scoping the place out, and this is what happens.
Okay, I got you.
Hey, man,
Come on, come on.
Hey, man, what are you
Spread the
doing?
legs.
Hey, man, I live around here.
So do
this
I.
is my neighborhood. Come on, man.
Bullshit.
So
he's like, I'm supposed to be watching the president's daughter. The first black guy that walks up, arrest him.
right, there's no mention that he knows who that guy is. He's onto him for his watch stealing thing. So I think they put that in there, and somebody went, maybe give that guy a criminal backstory, but it
Yeah.
still didn't make any sense because that cop wasn't there for him. He didn't know he was
No.
like hustling fake watches, and he just first black guy he sees arrests him.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with that is it distracted him from what is about to happen.
Yeah, like saving the president's daughter.
Well, the president's daughter does not get saved, and neither do the people in the store that.
But he, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, let's show the clip
Just
of
show
what
the
happens
clip.
because of this guy decided
Arresting black dudes instead of like doing what he's supposed to be doing.
with no probable cause. Let's roll it. The best part of that movie, that clip was at the end. He just does some weird like Durka. It's like Team America, right?
Yeah, it's like was some white guy who's like, this is how Middle Eastern speak. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they call people infidels in airplanes, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Blaka, blaka.
So I couldn't let that go. We couldn't let that go.
No.
And we're music producers. At least we fancy ourselves as music
We
producers.
try.
So we heard that and we go, let's have fun with that. So we came up with this nice little remix. I call it Terror in Beverly Hills Rock. So check it out.
In my reinvention.
Yeah, that was a rocking clip, man. All those clips are gonna be available.
Yeah, we'll put them on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That way you guys can listen to Hakuna Marula all you want.
Please blast that when you're walking down or driving down the street or walking down the street. Pull up to some dude who's blasting some like Travis Scott and just look at him and just turn up Hakuna Marula really loud and just go. So I got to take another shot because apparently Rick did take that first shot.
Yeah.
And
I'm a shot ahead.
I can't let him out absinthe me. And he drank all the Marula.
I drink all the Marula.
He'll be fucked up for days.
Yeah.
Ain't no walking straight. Things get blurry.
For the rest of your day?
It's your problem-free drunk fruit tree.
Oh, we had a lot of fun doing that song.
In case you didn't know the lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't want him to take another one.
Because then I'll be another one ahead.
Yeah, no, because I think he's gonna die if he takes another one. So
Yeah.
Prost.
Nostrovia?
Oh, Nancy Pelosi.
That absinthe fucking, it sneaks up on you.
It sneaks up on you, just like a couple of these cops sneak up on some bad guys.
Yeah. So, like, when they send the decoys in,
The decoys.
this is like the most action in the whole fucking movie.
The decoys sounds like a shitty '80s indie band.
Yeah. Or like a shitty 80s movie. It could have been a whole movie.
It's like the bench warmers, but with like, it's not baseball. It's
Cops.
field hockey.
Oh.
I don't know.
So, when the cops that are like actually good cops go in there and they fucking wipe out the terrorists, like every fucking one of them.
Now, I would not say they were good cops.
Yeah,
'cause they
'cause they-
definitely were not good cops.
They
and
kill them all.
We're getting close to showing you those clips, but
So,
yeah,
that fucking absinthe. Holy shit.
I'd be amazed if we make it to the end of this podcast because we are literally drinking real fucking absinthe. Not from Europe though; it's from.
ABC.
I think I got it in Miami.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So, I love when the fucking cop, he just like, the dude like lays in the pool and he's like, bah!
Oh, and I feel like it's a cameo from Morgan Freeman, and we're gonna show you why. Because I don't think it's the guy saying it at the end, because it sounds just like Morgan Freeman. But this is a great clip. The audio is all jacked up, and that's not our fault. This movie's audio was like, it was like, for the sake of Marula, it was like Kumba, the roller coaster, just up and down. So go ahead and roll that clip.
The guy made my day.
Oh my god, that's
That guy made my day. Meanwhile, back at the warehouse where all the terror in Beverly Hills is happening, at this one little warehouse, Frank Stallone finally confronts, or Hack Stone, finally confronts his childhood or manhood
Yeah.
best friend who he got his family killed. And this is where the cops come into play, because I love this clip so much. It's a little bit longer, but just sit through it, because the end of it is great. It reminds me of like South Park or something else like that.
Yeah, so like what leads up to it is basically like he one by one, Frank Stallone, one by one kills each terrorist, like
Except for the big bad guy.
except for the big bad guy, because it's a fucking 80s action movie.
And this is
90s
exactly
action movie.
like, I didn't even realize, this is exactly like the movie we did last week. The
is.
main guy does not kill the bad guy. The bad guy does it for him. Take a look.
I'll show you how to die for your cause.
Absinthe will do that to you. So, we're laughing way more than usual because we are pretty. We thought we were going to be like, we're not even going to get buzzed tonight
We're not
because
even
we're
gonna
drinking,
get buzzed because we're drinking Amarulla.
drinking elephant piss. And
Fucking absinthe will sneak up on you.
yeah, so you saw how all those cops shot without question. They didn't know.
Yeah.
They may not have known who fell out the window. He was already hurting. They didn't need to do that. The guy I don't think he had a gun when he landed on his face.
No, he
And they
fucking
just started
jumped out a
shooting
window.
anyways.
He jumps out a fucking window, and they just like, hey, some guy jumped out a window. Shoot him.
So, I wanted to do like a medley. So I went on Google and I typed in terrible cops, and most of the videos that came up were videos of kid cops. And I watched these videos; they were terrible cops. They looked like they
Yeah.
needed some help. So I thought, what happens if these terrible cops and the terrible kid cops join forces? Because I think the terrible cops in this movie could help the terrible kids cops.
Terrible
that.
cop kids.
Terrible cop kids out. I think they can use some help.
God,
And
fucking Absynth.
I know.
Fucking a beast, man.
but
You know what? Fuck it. Give me another shot.
we're close to the end of this, so I'll pour it for you because I don't think you can pour it. Now I gotta go say that all over again.
Fucking terrible kid cops. All right, you have to get one too now.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna drink it after I say this again. This guy didn't.
Oh.
This guy
Fucking Absynth.
he didn't want to do it,
I did not want to do Absynth.
and right now he's feeling good, but tomorrow he'll not want to do it
Yeah.
again. But anyways, like I said, not yet.
Okay.
Like I'm stalling because I do not want to take the shot.
It's
like
so
I said,
nasty.
when I Googled terrible cops, a bunch of videos of kids being cops pulled up. They were terrible. These cops are terrible. I said, what would happen if they joined forces? This is the result.
Street justice.
Oh no, she's getting away!
Street justice. Street justice.
That was fun. Let's do TikTokers now.
Fuck TikTokers.
Cause you broke, man, I'm rich.
Street justice.
Dystropia.
But I will say we did all that before we started drinking absinthe, so that's all us.
Oh, God.
Ah! I almost threw up in my mouth right there. We need to wrap this shit up. Ah! Rick, who was your asshole of the movie?
Frank Stallone.
Rick's-
He's not even in the movie.
My asshole of the movie is the guy who died when he got lowered into the helicopter, because that asshole made me think it was Frank Stallone. Fuck you.
Oh my God. Fuck Absinthe.
So, we got our absinthe of the movie, asshole of the movie. Harley, put us out of
Absinthe.
our misery.
Absinthe is the absinthe of the asshole
Yes.
of the movie.
Absinthe is the asshole of this. Oh, play. No, don't play. Put up the poster of what we're doing next week.
Ugh.
Yes.
Hoobie Halloween.
That's right, folks. We are selling out.
Yeah.
Rick and Stan usually take one for the team, but this time Rick and Stan are selling out.
We want
Next
we
week
want to make some money.
For our Halloween episode, we are doing Hubie Halloween. We will be dressing up as your favorite assholes. We don't even know what we're dressing up as.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But we're doing Hubie Halloween. We need to be done with this.
No
fast.
fucking absinthe. No more absinthe.
How many? I put a challenge out there to any other reviewers. When you're reviewing like a Phil Collins song or some shit, drink absinthe while you're doing it.
Yeah, and then fucking do 30 minutes of fucking. Also, just so you
30
know.
minutes of what? Finish that.
Just so you know, we fucking pregame it too.
Rick like
Yeah.
pre-gamed it.
We fucking. Oh my God.
Rick gamed it.
I was like playing the game like an hour before we started this fucking podcast.
So we're gonna wrap this up. That challenge is still out there. My YouTube friends, do a review while drinking absinthe and
Yeah.
see if you sweat as much as us.
Can you drink 4 fucking shots of Bison Trace, an entire fucking bottle of Amarulla, and then 3 shots of absinthe in 30 minutes.
It's called the Rick's a Moron Challenge. But anyways, we need to wrap this up. Next week, Hubie Halloween, tune in.
Oh, we got the poster for that?
We already put it up.
Oh, put it up again.
This is a bad idea. No, not the absinthe. Hubie Halloween. There we go. Can we wrap this up? You have to wrap this up.
I'm Rick.
And I'm Stan.
We're going to take one for the team.
We took one for the team, not in the way you think.
Oh my God, that fucking absinthe.
Rick and Stan are gonna take one for the team.